Good morning, Abuja. It's a brand new vibe on the Morning Crossfire.
Now we rise to wisdom at 5:30 a.m.
Stay ahead with the first news bulletin at 6 a.m. And right after, dive into the newspaper review, analyzing the headlines that matter to you.
From insightful discussions to heated debates, your mornings just got more intense, more engaging, and more exciting to 9 a.m.
With your hosts, Itodo and Gabriella, you'd love to be caught in this crossfire on 95.1 Nigeria Info FM. Let's talk.
Abuja, we're back again with season 2 of I Beg to Differ debate. Can you present a solid argument for or against a motion? Can you hold your opponent spellbound and get the cheers up and up and up? If that is you, or you know a teen between 13 to 16 years, then you stand a chance of winning 1 million naira. And more on the Nigeria Info I Beg to Differ debate. Let's feel your pulse as you send your entry for and against the motion. Entrepreneurship should be a mandatory subject in secondary schools. Send your 3-minute video to I Beg to Differ at nigeriainfo.fm. Entries closes on the 16th of February 2025.
This is Morning Crossfire on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire right here on your number one station for talk, 95.1 Nigeria Info FM here in Abuja. It's 6:18 a.m. It's time to get into what the newspaper headlines are saying for today, the 14th day in the month of February 2025.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
Remember, these headlines are published by these media houses and have nothing to do with Nigeria Info. I'm going to get started with the Punch newspapers this morning. We're going to also be taking a look at the Vanguard newspapers, the Daily Trust newspapers, and the Guardian newspapers. On the front page of the Punch, 54.99 trillion naira budget. Experts list funding hurdles as debt servicing takes 14 trillion naira. Popular OAP Nedu Wazobia steps down from the Honest Bunch podcast. Just in, free my son, Two-Face's mother begs Edo lawmaker Natasha Osawaru. 14 escape death in third mainland bridge auto crash. Nasarawa uncovers 2,277 illegally employed teachers. CBN retains 100 naira ATM fee for withdrawals below 20,000 naira. Northwest communities blame fresh killings on troops withdrawal. Southwest governors plan joint operation against ISWAP terrorists. Yahoo boys now involved in ritual killings, banditry, according to EFCC chair. Suspected ritualists, armed robbers arrested in Kebbi. Too early for 2027 elections talks. Rep cautions Ganduje El Rufai. Adeleke, Oshun APC trade words over alleged security threats. And finally, on the Punch newspapers, Benue APC leadership crisis deepens as Omale Agada trade accusations. These and many more you'd find on the Punch newspapers this morning. A quick look right now at the Vanguard. On the front page, MTN backpedals, reverses 200% data tariff hike. Car production, Dangote set to dominate Nigeria's auto sector. Naira appreciates to 1,565 to the dollar in parallel markets. Nedu quits Honest Bunch podcast amid controversy. Woman docked for allegedly using 13 children to solicit for alms in Anambra. Return to the party. Governor Mba begs aggrieved PDP members. Canada can go to hell, says Ribadu. Defense chief faults visa denial. Makinde, Ayedatiwa, Oyebanji, Abiodun, Adeleke arrive for Southwest Governors meeting in Lagos. Beyond Cuba ambition, real reasons behind Obasa's removal. You'd find that story on the Vanguard newspapers. Reforms advocate dismisses reports of political displacement in Lagos Assembly. FG imposes 1-year moratorium on registration of new polytechnics, monotechnics. No 3,907 firearms missing from police armories, according to force headquarters. Woman denied UK asylum 8 times, succeeds after joining IPOB. Reps passed Tinubu's tax reform bill for second reading. 19-year-old boy commits suicide in Ogun. And that will be a good place to leave it on the Vanguard newspapers this morning. A quick look at the top stories on the Daily Trust on the front page. Lassa fever kills 70 persons in 1 month. Ribadu tackles Canada for denying CDS, others visas. Liberia president suspends more than 450 officials. National Assembly passes 54.9 trillion naira 2025 budget. Tinubu's government can't silence me, Professor Yusuf speaks from detention. Tax reform bills, reps want contentious sections expunged. We must get communities to defend themselves, according to DSS DG. Tinubu approves establishment of paramilitary academy. 2027, APC signs pact to commence e-registration of members. And finally, on the Daily Trust, Niger governor appoints ex-APC chair to conduct LG polls. These and more you'd find on the Daily Trust. We'll take a very quick break for the commercials, and when we come back, we'll get to a final stop, the Guardian newspapers.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Hi, I don't finish. My money don't waka. 2 years savings just vanish like that. Why I go trust person where I know sabi? Why?
Okay, me. Wetin happen now? Why would they cry for this harsh economy?
I invest my savings, buy land. From one man like that, this morning, I hear say you don't jackpot. Hey, my money don't go.
Okay, me. You know here of PG Homes. Them get legit land for Kagini with C of O and ground rent fully paid. Just buy and build. And them get promo with only 20 plots available now. 500 square meter for 14 million. 200 square meter for 5.5 million. No waste time, Go their office for number 2 Kokoma Close, Route 2, Abuja. Take this number 070 10 05 0028. 070 10 05 0028. No let your tears flood this compound,
PG Homes, your trusted partner for legit land and property.
LifeMade Furniture wishes you a happy new year. It's our office purchase festival. We are offering discounts on all our office furniture products from 13th January to 26th February 2025. The more you buy, the greater the discounts you enjoy. Right. Hurry now and make purchase. Visit any of our showrooms or call 081 2000 6000 for more inquiries. Terms and conditions apply. LifeMate, your life mate forever.
There are so many distractions taking away the attention of my family, from phone screens to work screens and others. But when my family hears this, when I cook with Devon Kings, we all come together to bond, taking away all distractions. Hey, no phones at my table, please. Oh yeah, let's eat. Cook up unbreakable buns with Devon King's range of cooking oil, margarine, spread, and seasoning. Great for bonding moments. Devon King's, taste that binds. Available across stores nationwide.
Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No, it's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force inside you. And you know what fuels that drive? It's starting your day strong with the rich, creamy taste of Nescafe Original 3-in-1, carefully crafted from selected coffee beans. So, whatever your hustle, go from maybe or I can't to I can and I will. Nescafe Original 3-in-1. Start strong, finish strong.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
6:28 a.m. Welcome back to the Morning Crossfire. We're still taking a look at the newspaper headlines. We've already taken a look at the Punch newspapers, the Vanguard newspapers, and the Daily Trust. The final stop will be the Guardian newspapers, and then we get to your reactions. On the front page of the Guardian, Lamata increases BRT fare by 18%. Lamata, the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, announced an 18% fare increase across its entire bus reform initiative scheme. Southwest governors threaten to counter ISWAP's attempt to enter region. Cross River Prison, 6 more inmates to boost farming activities. FMN to reward innovation with prize. National Assembly passes 54.99 trillion naira 2025 budget estimate. Kogi cashew dealers, farmers seek government's intervention. State's creation proposal abates to mislead public, warns CSO. Nigeria seeks review of UN funding over undue influence. AGF seeks federal pay officers' cooperation to check rules circumvention. Group condemns attack on Asaba Hospital's CMD. Nigerians spending $1.26 billion yearly on cancer and other treatments. Adeleke alleges plot by opposition to destabilize Osun. Customs intercepts large catch of arms, ammunition in Lagos. Chaos returns to Ladipo service lane as mechanics, street urchins take over. And finally, on The Guardian, Group disburses 37.75 million naira to 6 charities caring for vulnerable children. These and many more headlines you'd find on The Guardian newspapers this morning. Time to get to your reactions. The numbers to call are 0700-951-0000, 0809-597-4869. On WhatsApp, it's 080-999-30137. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. So do all to join the live feed, follow us and connect with us on our socials and be a part of the conversation. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Charles is on the line for us.
Welcome. Go ahead.
The NIC said that Canada can go to hell for refusing some military senior officers visa. You know, the truth of the matter is that Nigeria is a country that cannot stand alone without the support of those countries. Because currently they owe World Bank a lot of money, which is money and contribution of some of those countries. People like us have always been maintaining, talking about extrajudicial killing, human rights abuse by the military, police, and the armed forces. The truth of the matter is that these international organizations, so as their embassies and everything, know what's going on. Even when they keep quiet because it is an internal issue, they don't want to interfere. But the truth of the matter is that you can't have a country that seems as if the country was set up even to intimidate its own citizens. Today, if you post something on social media, police will come against you. Police have never come against the bandits and all those committing crime. Rather, the government is rehabilitating them and paying them. Negotiating governor will sit down with a bandit with a military uniform. But if a military man mistakenly sees somebody with ordinary uniform, an innocent person, you will see the punishment they give to this person. Even a terrorist won't receive that. Sometimes a boyfriend and a girlfriend will be having issue. The girl will go and call a military man. They will come, enter inside the market, do all sorts of things. Is this how a trained soldier that is supposed to be behave? They are watching us. They will come and say they can go to hell. Tomorrow they will still go at the back and beg them. That was what they did in Facebook.
All right.
They went and Twitter, and beg them. We are watching them. They are collapsing the country. They don't know.
All right. All right. Thank you for calling. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
I greet all listeners. I hope it's my name.
Welcome, Uncle. Go ahead.
Governor Amba calling a group member, PDP members to come back. The issue is that I'm not against whether they are coming or not. But who are they going to present as their presidential candidates? If they say Atiku Abubakar, no. I don't agree. And most of Nigerians. So if the presidential candidate is going to come from north, someone like Atiku, no. You know that PDP is not okay for us, yes. Nigerians are suffering. But instead of Atiku Abubakar, PDP remain there. And I'm not supporting PDP, but I don't vote for him. And I can't vote. But instead of Atiku Abubakar, yes. And Atiku Abubakar said something in 2015. He said that do not should go unless that 2015 belongs to North. It's the time of the North. Now, it's the time of the South. Atiku Abubakar should go unless. If they are going to present Atiku Abubakar as the president candidate, no. It will continue. Thank you. Have a nice celebration.
Thank you as well for sharing. Again, a lot of people would argue that it is somewhat still too early to have these conversations towards the build up to 2027, especially as regards, especially as it regards the rotational, a slot that is given to the presidency. As to why, I was reading a report yesterday about the conflict and the confusion that comes with the rotation when it comes to what region deserves to vie next for the president or deserves the seat of the presidency. And I'll probably share that report much later on the lead if we do have the time to. But let's take more of your reactions. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. You can follow us on there and drop your comments. On Facebook, also Francis Namani says, the ruling APC federal government should consider the overwhelming interest of Nigerians, address the current tariff hikes in the country. A stitch in time saves 9. May God help us is what he says. Chukwugozie Ono says, good morning, Nigeria Info family. Happy Valentine's Day to all of us. Nigeria shall be great again. He's watching live from Uburu, Ebonyi State. Thank you, Chukwugozie, for joining us all the way from Ebonyi State. Also, Francis Nnamani, watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State, says, good morning, Gabriella. Thank God it's Friday. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Nobilistic Nobility says, good morning, Gabriella, and how are you doing? The people behind the missing arms should be prosecuted according to the law. Oludade Abiodun says, good morning once again. I really appreciate the Southwest governors for their proactive decision to prevent these unwanted elements in the region and advise other regions to follow suit in protecting their region. And Oki Ibrahim, still on Facebook, says, good morning, Gabriella. The budget for 2025 is another usual ritual of the financial media drama, which they always engage in every year since they got into power, but not much capital projects to show for their budget shenanigans all these years. 14 trillion to service debt, and they still have got and they still get to continue borrowing. May God Almighty save Nigeria and Nigerians. Oki Ibrahim sent that in from Buari. And Okwando Obina says it is very worrisome and unacceptable that this administration is busy looking for who to silence, even with their draconian policies, anti-people agenda, and a government that has put a lot of Nigerians under life support. Professor Yusuf and others that have been patriotic with their criticism and condemnation of this act can't be silenced, as many Nigerians are beginning to speak up. Good morning to you, Gabriel Adepoju, watching live here in Abuja. Good morning, Yarda Cedric as well. We'll come back to the comments on Facebook shortly, but let's get back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning once again, Angel Gabriel.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Yeah, I remember Mustafa Bakar Ali Kate Ali Babang Ali. I'm calling from PW Kubwa.
Go ahead.
I would like to join the NSC. To hell with Canada. To hell with them. Any country that doesn't need Nigeria, Nigeria doesn't need that country. Angel Gabriel, if not that we have refused to put our house in order, if not that we have allowed greed, excessive greed, insatiable fist for illicit money, you understand, for corruption to run this country down. If our leaders, our people are upright, you understand, if there's no financial crimes, corruption in this country, can Canada measure, stand shoulder to shoulder with Nigeria? Nigeria will be rubbing shoulder with countries like US, UK, and the rest. Because God has blessed us with all the mineral resources and all the human resources to be ahead of even those countries. What does Japan has? Japan has how many mineral resources do they have? But they use their human resources. Look at where they are today. We will have the human resources. We have got no tsunami, no earthquake, nothing. Ordinary Canada is telling us to hell with them. To hell with them.
All right. All right. Remember that when you're on the radio, you need to, put your emotions in check and just share your thoughts as you would like. Let's get back to the phone lines now. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Angelic Gabriella. How are you doing?
Very well. You're welcome.
From Ogolada. Reason take place in the case of the security advisor. In the diplomatic circle, if there is a brow, it should not be abusing. It should not take the way of raining abuses or using invectives from fellow countries which will have a diplomatic side. We should use negotiation and diplomacy to solve the issue. It is not the way of Nigeria as a country. We are not aggressive in the diplomatic circle. It is better to recall their ambassador from Canada and use any diplomatic means, because if we go that way, we are putting the fate of many millions, I can say, or thousands of Nigeria who reside in Canada, medical doctors, professionals, students who are pursuing educational career, a lot of people. So if you don't go that way, please. That is my take this morning. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. One more call and we get back to the messages. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, good morning, Barista Hassan. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. I appreciate it. I greet all the listeners and not the callers as well. Customs intercept arms and ammunition. Then police admit loss of firearms from Amory. You see, this is the kernel of our problem in Nigeria. That is the widespread possession of illegal firearms by non-state actors. As from now on, I recommend that senior officers of the police from city downwards should be held responsible where there is loss of firearms from the armory. There must be daily inventory of firearms. We have what we call prohibited and personal firearms. Prohibited are firearms that cannot be owned by civilians. Why you must obtain a license for personal firearms? You must begin to tighten the regulations. Yes, government should, the government or other agents should engage in the daily search of communities. Stop and search vehicles, including those of officers, to discover arms and ammunition that have been illegally carried away from somebody. We must begin to protect ourselves by working very hard. And I know it can be done, must be done. And God help us in this regard. God bless Nigeria and Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you as well for sharing. You do know that in some climes, armory, these weapons are registered. There is a database for every single weapon within, a security outfit, be it the police force or the military as well. There is a database for these weaponry. So if one were to go missing, it is very easy to track it down as to where it is, in whose possession it is, and for what purpose it is being used for, if it is being used for something. So, I mean, when it comes back here to Nigeria, it just shows you that there is a lot of work to be done in that regard. I mean, of course, our security outfits are doing great. They're doing the best that they can, but there is still room for so much more to be done. We can't wake up and just decide and just hear stories like, armories are missing. Even though, of course, the force has come out to say that's false information. That's not true. When the audit is being taken or made, all the weapons are usually not in the safety net of the force, because of course they've been designated to personnel for operational purposes, just like was mentioned in the report by the force. But at the end of the day, it still boils down to the same thing. If you have a certain amount of weapons that are being used for operational purposes, what operations are they being used for? There should be some kind of data that shows what it's being used for how long it's being used for, and in what location it is, in whose possession it is, what officers are in charge of what weapons. There should be a database so that there is room for transparency and there is room for trust to grow. So there's a lot more work to be done in that regard. So much more work. Let's get back to the messages now on Facebook. Dr. Mrs. Uma Olebara from Owerri says, couples should make today full of passion and excitement. Let your wife feel the warmth and create a romantic and most memorable Valentine. Tell her you love her more today than yesterday. Husbands should realize that genuine love is like a fragile flower that must be maintained and protected if it must survive. This is because if there is no time for romantic activity, it can perish. Take your wife out and spoil her with love this Valentine. Make it a special one, is what Dr. Mrs. Uma Olebara says on Facebook. Jafari Husseini, good morning. Thank you for watching us live on Facebook. Moasa John Lasisi from Buhari says, Southwest Governor's Plan, joint action against terrorists. This is a good one. Let every hand be on deck to make our society a safe place. God will help us, is what he says. Good morning, Yarda Cedric. Good morning to you as well, Gabriel. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Do we have messages on YouTube? Let's see. Jacobs Gideon, good morning. Thank you for joining us live on there. Polycarp Titus, good morning as well to you. Watching live from Maitama. All right, let's get to WhatsApp now. We do have quite a number of comments on here and voice notes. Remember, again, I'll just reiterate, if you're sending a voice note on WhatsApp, keep it short to 1 minute long. If it's longer than 1 minute, I will not take it. So let's listen to this voice note here on WhatsApp, and then we'll take some comments as well.
Good morning, Miss. Good morning, Angel Gabriella. This is Tony from Duse Sokale. I want you to ask our leader, what God bless you for this country. Now they ain't get them. Why are they so wicked on it, suffering everybody? What is their issue? Why hating their citizen? What is their issue? Why are they so wicked with something that is not belong to them? I never see country like this. Is it everything we're going to keep quiet?
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's take some of your comments now. This says on the visa denial, it's clear that countries like Canada are making calculated excuse me, are making calculated diplomatic decisions based on Nigeria's governance, human rights record, and international reputation. It's not just about one individual being denied a visa. It's a broader statement on how Nigeria is perceived globally. If Nigerian leaders are wise, they will take this as a wake-up call. Wale Fatullah sends that in. Let's see. This says, good morning once again. I want to believe that CBN is not serious at all. Nigerians are left at the mercy of these banks because they fail with their responsibility. I really commend the Southwest governors for their cooperation to fight insecurity in the region. And I also urge other state governors to do same to protect their citizens. Oludade, thank you for sharing that. Fitzgerald from Airport Road says, good morning, Gabriella. Happy Valentine's Day to you. The Southwest governors should initiate a high level of security risk assessment and establish an Interstate Security Command Council. This will involve active role players like all security clusters, socio-economic, socio-cultural, religious, and vigilante groups. This will help do a thorough annihilation of evil terrorists from Funtajaran. Fitzgerald from Airport Road sent that one in. And Stanley from Suleja says, good morning, Gabriella. Two-Face's mother begs Honorable Natasha to leave her son alone. Since both parties, Two-Face and Annie, didn't tell us what led to their separation or divorce, I have little or nothing to say concerning the issue, but I think Two-Face's mother should talk to her son instead of dragging Honorable Natasha, is what Stanley says. And Olufemi Soretire sent a voice note, so let's quickly listen to that.
Gabby. My name is Olufemi Soretire. I want to comment on the visa denial for our military chiefs. Yesterday, when the news broke out, I noticed some Nigerians overly excited about the news. And I can't but be disappointed about most Nigerians. We're not talking about politicians here. We're talking about military. And the program we are going for is for the veterans, those that have sacrificed their life and paid the ultimate price for this country to still remain like this. So for you to be excited over this refusal of visa for the military chief, especially our CDS, then you are spitting on the graves of the soldiers, the military men that have sacrificed their life for this country to remain safe. So I don't understand why some Nigerians do this. It's unfortunate. I don't know why we hate our country so much that we have to do this.
Good morning, Angel Gabriella. Good morning to the listener of Nigeria Info. God bless you all. It is a good thing that the Southwest governors have wake up to put head together to fight house swap in Southwest. The Southwest states, the region is not a place for terrorism. We will not allow that, we will not accept that. We'll fight it together. Let everybody join hand with the government to fight terrorism. That's what will make our place a safe place to live. God bless Nigeria.
Good morning, Gabriella. I'm Oscar calling from Central area. The issue of Canadian government or Canadian denying the chief of army staff visa into Canada, that's their rights. This is just the beginning. I wish other countries like UK, America, France, and the rest can imitate this. It will be very, very good for us. Thanks.
All right, let's take some of your comments on WhatsApp. Chimezie Nwafo from Gwagwalada says, Roberto telling Canada to hell with them. I'm sorry for him. Nigeria is a place where we do not reason beyond our nose. Why can't the defense minister reject every foreign activity and concentrate to internal problems like the former head of state, Sani Abacha, did? If I am a Canadian, I will still deny them visa 100 times again. No apology for that. How can your house be on fire and you are chasing rats, is what Chimezie says. He sent that in from Gwagwalada. And this is from Pius from Asokoro, who says, good morning, Nigeria Info. I've heard some callers supporting what Ribadu is saying about Canada. What kind of leaders do we have? It baffles me to hear some of us supporting the evils called leadership going on in Nigeria. May God help Nigeria, is what he says. And Opolen from Buari says, good morning. The frequent death emanating from suicide is now too much. The government should try and find a way to reduce the hardship and poverty that subjects a lot of people into negative thinking that makes them to think otherwise. Before you know it, suicide will happen. God bless us all, is what he says. And this here says, good morning, Gabby. Hope the NMW will be fully implemented as 54 trillion naira budget is passed. Ministers, DGs, directors, please ensure that your workers are paid their allowances. Get training MDA's budget, and it should be implemented with the staff and not various managements and board of directors. Asotex from Massacre sent that in. The head boy says, good morning, Angel Gabriella. The National Assembly passing the 54 trillion naira budget. I ask, how about the 2024 budget? Was it extended, and has the common man felt last year's budget's impact? On Canada refusing visa to our CDS and others, this is see finish, is what Yaya, the head boy, says. All right, let's see. Let's listen to some more voice notes, and then we'll wrap it up on the review this morning.
Hello, Gabriella. Good morning. This is Mary from Gwagwalada. Happy Valentine's Day to all the callers. Happy Valentine's Day to all the staff of Nigeria Info. I had a headline that said Cross River State government decries the lack of inmates that they will use for farming or something like that. I don't understand. Are they craving for more crimes, for people to come to prison so that they can use them for farming? Please, they should, if that is what they want, those people who are lamenting now should please send their children to go and commit crime so that they can prosecute them and then send them to prison so that they can use them for farming. What kind of thoughts are these people having, for crying out loud? That you are decrying that there are no inmates in prison. So people should commit crime so that they can come to prison so that you can use them in the farms. Let them send their children to go and commit crimes so that they can go and work in the farms. Thank you. This is Mary from
Thank you very much, Mary. Indeed, that was a very funny one. When I read that, it was surprising to see that was saying we don't have enough prisoners because of our farm needs. But we'll go on a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll take more of your comments.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria